So here's the whole story from last night. When the event was over at Ada's Cafe coffee shop, which was fantastic, by the way, we went to have dinner at Wicked Wings, a chicken place Trent loves, with some of my cousins, my uncle, and some folks we hadn't seen for a while. So we have dinner, and as we're pulling out of the parking lot, my cousin's daughter wanted to say goodbye to Tristan. So we put the rear passenger window down so that she could say goodbye. When we went to put the window up, it would click, but the window wouldn't do anything. It just stayed in the down position. Now, I'm not a mechanic, but I tinker with cars and do things. And so we tried a couple things really fast and nothing worked. So Tristan got out. She got into the front passenger seat. I got in the back seat, and we headed to a place we're staying last night. So we're driving down the freeways, maybe 15 or 20 minutes or something like that from where we were having dinner, and driving down the freeway with the window down. Wasn't terrible. It was cool enough, and everything wasn't too bad. But we can't leave the window down. Like, there's a bunch of stuff. We don't want to get stolen. We don't have anything to like really fix it. And so it was just an annoying problem, you know. So we drive to our stay last night, and we get Tristan and Trent are loaded in, get the luggage and stuff out, and then Easton and I drove to just the nearest store we could get something. They had only cheap little mechanic kits or whatever. So I just bought one that had the sizes of sockets and stuff that we needed, because I had been looking on YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, for how to get the door panel off and stuff. So we come back to the place, pop the driver's side door panel off, because everything I read said it was the master switch on the door panel side in the Ford pickups, and the rear passenger side like shorts out or has a problem or something, and that's why the window won't go back up. So we're just trying at this point to figure out whatever we can, and we saw some things said that you can take the switch out and you can swap it with one of the other switches in it, and it works. Like, every other window went down and went back up. So we knew it was just that one rear passenger switch. So we take the door panel off, and of course it is one of those little rectangle connectors with all the little wires going into it. We have no idea what goes where. We tried to look up some schematics online, couldn't really find anything that worked. So we just decided we were gonna try. So we know power's coming into that little connector from one place, and then you'd need to get power to some of the other little connector holes there for making the windows go up, making them go down, and each one of those holes has a different job. So we didn't have any paper clips because we're traveling, and we dumped into our bags and everything, couldn't find any. We did find an ink pen, so I took an ink pen. Easton stretched out the spring, and so we took that little spring from an ink pen, and we found the power switch using a tester, and or the power line coming in. So we stuck one of the spring in that, and then we just started with the other end of the spring going down those holes. We eventually found the one that caused the window to go up, and we were super excited about that. So we were like, yay, it's great. We plugged the connector back into the master switch, and as soon as we did, we didn't touch anything else. As soon as we plugged it in, it automatically put the back window, passenger window, back down. So It must be a fault in that switch that breaks or does something and keeps it down, so it won't allow it to go back up because the down is like always on or something. So we're like, oh man, defeated, right? So we pull the connector back out. We find the one that puts that passenger rear window back up again. Once we did, we then located the hole in the connector that makes the window go down. Then we marked that one, we put the window back up, and then after several attempts to do other things, we eventually cut the wire that goes to the motor that puts the window down. Once we did that, we plugged the connector back in, and the window didn't come down. So the window's up. It will not go down. And when I get back home to Kansas, I'll get it into the dealer, and they can deal with fixing that and connecting that wire back and getting it back together. So we love the Ford pickup 2021 F-150. Just a glitch problem. We'll get it fixed. No big deal. It's been fun watching the comments, like, MacGyver and whatever is pretty fun. We just figured it out. Like, you do what you got to do. We knew we don't have time to go to a dealership and mess with all that stuff. Didn't know what the problem was, so you figure it out. And we're back up. We'll be on the road down to LA today. Yay, LA traffic. And so we'll see you at our LA stop tomorrow.